So there's been this debate in our family for years, and that's whether or not you hire somebody to do something or you do it yourself. And my dad always said, you know, hire somebody to do the things that you're not good at, and you go do the things that you're good at, which I totally agree with. And my father-in-law is the kind of guy who does absolutely everything himself. There's no way he's bringing somebody else, and he can figure it out. Though I would definitely fall under the category of my dad of hiring people to do stuff and get it done right. Today, we're gonna change your tires from summer tires to winter tires, and we're just gonna walk through it. Because, you know, sometimes you're stuck on the side of the road and you need to know how to do it. So we're gonna do it with the tools provided by the car company. And that is, when you lift this up here, you've got some stuff to look at. Now, this one here would be like a tow cable. So if you need to get towed out of a ditch, you've driven the wrong spot. This is the stuff you need right here. You need this little hooky thing, that thing, and if you can get it out, this thing right here. So these three items are what you need from your trunk. Now this is the thing that this is your jack. This is what you're actually gonna use to lift up the car so that you can take the pressure off the tire. You lift this thing up and and you put the tire on. And one of the things you wanna make sure before you put your new tires on is make sure that they're pumped up, or if they're not, this one's a little bit light, that you've got a way to pump them up. So I've got a compressor right there with the right end on it. So when I'm done, I can put them on, because otherwise you'd be driving away with flat tires, and that's no good. So the first thing you want to do is, after you got your tools, is there's a mounting point under here. If you don't know, your manual will tell you, but there's a mounting point right there. So you want to line this part here up with your mounting point there. Now hopefully you're not in the snow on the side of the road doing this. Yes, I've done that before too. Minus 30 degrees out, trying to get home from wherever you're going with a flat tire. And you want to hook this little piece right into this loop, and then there, that little hole goes in the end of here. So once you start to get this going up, and this is solid in there, you want to learn, Miles? Okay. Then you want to keep turning this, and it will start putting pressure in the car and start lifting you up. Now, before you get this tire off the ground, you want to take this tool here, back up just a touch, honey, stand right here, and you want to loosen these. Okay, so you just want to loosen in a star pattern and tighten in a star pattern. So one, and then alternate across, because you don't want half the wheel really tight on there and half the wheel loose. So now you got those loosened off. Now we can bring this all the way up off the ground. What is it? It is slowly going up. Now, certainly having a hydraulic jack would be a lot easier. You can go right there down on the ground if you want to have a look. Why don't I have one? Because we sold it. Because we are moving out of here. So Miles, is that high enough now?
Yep.
Sure. Come on over. Don't lose your bolts.
I know you're not joking.
Spin left.
The weight.
Left. There you go. It's gonna come off. Okay, do the other ones. You have to take the bolt out first.
Ow. Ow.
Keep going.
So then
Keep going.
if I check it, then I don't have to get that grease on my fingers. When it's almost done, I can just pull it out.
What a great idea. You can spin it if you want with your fingers.
Done.
One more. This one's going to be a bit tighter because it's the only one holding the wheel on. You're doing fine. You got to keep going.
Am I spinning it the right way?
You were doing it correctly. Keep going. There you go. Just put it on the ground in front of you. Okay, now we got to take the tire off. Stand up.
Oh.
There you go. Tire's off.
I'll hold it.
Then you gotta take your new one, or in this case, old one, but winter one. Now this one, this set of tires has a different bolt pattern, different bolts. So I've gotta change bolts. You gotta get her lined up.
I'll hold it down.
Make sure.
You check.
Okay. All right, looking good. Can you get me that bucket there, please? Now this has got one of those locking nut things on it, so I gotta put this on top of this. Yep.
Wait, not the bolts. Do you use this thing to put it on every time?
No. This one is because these bolts are different. So you have to use the right socket for the right bolt. Otherwise, you won't grab it, it won't spin. Alrighty. What did we say about tightening? What order do you want to tighten them in, Myles? Now when it's not on the ground, I don't want to tighten it, I just want to snug it, but you want to tighten it in a star pattern. Okay, now we want to lower it and then tighten it. This is the first one, honey.
So you haven't started a long time ago?
Correct. Now you want to give them pretty snug. 90 pound-feet of torque is what you want. So if you think this is a foot long, you want 90 pounds of pressure there. So that's pretty good. Usually you've got what's called a breaker bar, which will stop at that pressure point. I don't have one of those at the moment, so what I can do is go by a tire shop after and just have them snug them, because after you drive a little bit, you want to make sure you snug them up. Otherwise, if the wheels loosen or the nuts loosen, you may end up with a tire falling off your car, and you don't want that. So just go down to the tire shop and get them, check them up, snug them up.
That would not go well.
That wouldn't go well, would it, Myles? Especially back here if I got one of the back ones, because you sit in the back.
But what would be impressive, I would say, is that, let's say both of that one and that one fall off,
Yeah.
and And you were able to balance the car on those two wheels.
That'd be pretty cool. I want you to explain to me how we're going to do the front tire over here. The front tire. I want you to explain it to me.
Well, first we gotta take these off with a slow motion. Then we gotta take the tire off. But since Dad put it back down, we're gonna have to put it back up first. And then take these off, then take this off.
Yep.
And then we're gonna have to put that on and do like the whole thing in reverse.
So where do you think we should start?
Putting the car back on.
Good plan. Yes, you got it right. You got to spin it to the right.
Yeah, just trying. Can you do it?
You're done already?
His meal means, or his ears. This is his eye. These are his eyes.
Yep.
And the trunk is his butt.
Yeah. And there we have it. 4 tires, pumped up, ready to go. Now we take it for a little drive and make sure that they stay on.